demonstration of temperature zone control using 2 Raspberry Pis and the Samsung SmartThings Hub. So right here we have our temperature sensor that is actually connected to this probe on our first Raspberry Pi. On the second Raspberry Pi we have it going to a relay switch that controls an actuator that opens and closes this damper. And then on our smartphone we have the smart app on the SmartThings for the SmartThings Hub called Temperature Zone Control. Inside the app we can set our upper and lower limits in degrees C. And then we also need to specify the IPs of the 2 Raspberry Pis, as well as the GPIO that controls the relay switch, and also the temperature name that the Raspberry Pi is putting out to its web server, which I'm using, temperature 3, which is the one that is provided when you use this probe. So we have some warm and cold water that we will be dipping the probe into, and right now we can see the temperature reading. It's right here, is 15.2 degrees Celsius. So we'll go ahead and put the probe into the warm water, and it takes 15 seconds as the update rate, as temperature does typically not change too quickly. So as you can see, it went 34 degrees. We can just take it out now and just set it down. We should see the temperature start dropping. So it's already dropped to 30.8 degrees C. So with our limits, we set them at 25 is the upper limit and 18 is the lower limit. So we want to allow airflow only outside of those limits. So in a few seconds this temperature will drop to 25 degrees Fahrenheit, or 25 degrees Celsius, and then we will see this damper actually close. And then as the temperature continues to drop, as it falls below 18, we will be able to see it reopen. So you can see it went to 24.5 and it did close and the light came off. So now your room would have the correct temperature, so you would not need to apply more cold air or warm air. So to speed this up and get it to below 18 so that it'll reopen up, we'll just take our probe and put it into the cold water this time. And you can see it dropped to 8. The light came on saying that the relay has been enabled, and it just takes a few seconds for the damper to open, as temperature doesn't usually change too quickly. So it takes about 30 seconds for it to actually get open. And now you'd be allowing more airflow into that room. Now we can just remove it out of the cold water again and just throw it right into the warm water, and we should see the temperature jump right back up. Reading 28 now, and then we'll just give it a second, watch it drop below 25 again, and it'll be back in the range, and then the damper will close. So it's at 25 right now, and the damper is closed, and the LED showing that the damper is closed is now, or that the damper is open is now off.